What is up, everybody?
What's
What
going
happened?
on?
Did Luke take it live?
I
and
know.
then fumble
How
around?
did y'all know it was Luke?
Everybody
Was
is
Luke,
already
were we
saying
live?
hi, Luke. Hi,
were
Luke.
we live talking about the Pacers? Did you guys hear us? That's funny. That's interesting.
What's up, Dave Pascal, Paul Natoli, Aaron O'Connor, Susie Schulman already saying, hey, Luke. So obviously they knew it was Luke. Lonnie Wilson saying, hey, Luke. Georgia Stone.
Oh,
Luke said, who's ready? That's why. Okay, we're over here talking NBA midseason tournament. I was like, oh, no. We've got Aspire Chiropractic, James Taylor on his way to Las Vegas, chilling out in the Admiral's Lounge. Hey, Brooklyn, what is up? So great to see all of you jumping in. This is Shawn and Lacey live, coming at you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. What a week already. We flew to Bend, Oregon. When did we fly there?
We flew to Bend Sunday night.
Oh, that's right. We played in the
1:30 a.m.
We played in
the bag never came.
The scramble.
Yep.
We had to be in first place, but we were only able to play 12 holes of the 18. So our poor partners, the Galts, Christian and Andrea Galt, had to play the last 6 holes with only 2 people.
We would have won though. We were in first place when we left.
We finished 2 strokes back.
Yeah.
So not bad. Then we went to Bend, Oregon, got to spend some time with an executive partner, clients of ours. And oh my gosh, it was fantastic. Super great. The hospitality was great. I feel like we got a ton done. I got to tell you, we created this. You're going to see a lot of people move to this because everybody already stole our discovery days. Everybody now, we initiated that. Well, now we've gone to executive partner where we're actually going to our clients, site visits, coaching live in person at their office. I've got to tell you, that supercharges our ability to give great advice.
Absolutely.
And so that was great. We were in Bend, Oregon, then flew last night to Las Vegas.
Got in at 1 a.m.
Got in at 1 a.m. Today, worked all day long. Want to congratulate, too, if somebody could help me out, Luke, if you could help this. We have congratulations to Christine Zapata. Book yourself solid 4 chiropractors. Now let's get the links up in the chat. I would love for you guys to pre-order the book. That will be super helpful to her as we make a run at bestseller status. The book is available on Amazon, also at Barnes and Noble. Congratulations, Christine Zapata. The book is Book Yourself Solid for Chiropractors. Already getting inquiries from some of the chiropractic institutions that want to put the book in their curriculum. If you love to see success in your chiropractic institution, call your alma mater and tell them, hey, man, are you guys aware that Book Yourself Solid for Chiropractors is coming out, and do we have it in our curriculum? Because nothing worse than getting a degree but not being able to go out there and be successful. So thank you so much to Christine Zapata for putting that together. She's also going to be hitting the speakers circuit next year. She's booked at a ton of places.
If anybody knows any places to have her speak or podcasts, we really want to showcase that Book Yourself Solid concepts and how they can be utilized in a chiropractic office.
Get Christine Zapata at your chiropractic event. We'll come rolling in with books for everyone. It'll be absolutely fantastic. Go ahead. What do you got for announcements?
What do we got for announcements, Luke?
First of all, what's up, guys? How are you?
I
mean, well, everybody knew it was you because you posted. But you posted. That's why.
He's so excited. He has this new Mac computer in his office. He bought a desktop.
Oh, an iMac.
Yeah, an iMac. Dang, okay. So he's very excited.
Thanks to you guys.
Yeah. Oh, good.
You guys give me money so I can buy things, and then I buy things.
That's usually how this relationship works. So
pretty much.
Congratulations on your new office, your computer. All right.
Oh.
Wow. Very nice.
Okay. So you're using the
I was going to show the Vegas strip.
Yeah, almost as cool. Almost as cool.
So wait, you're using the phone as the webcam? Is that what?
So this is my MacBook. I call it my work computer, and then I'm chatting on my iMac. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sweet.
But
tonight's episode is sponsored by Cram. As you can see, you can only see that when we bring on Luke.
Yes.
And we have Cram Nutrition. Go to cramnutrition.com. BDC 20s discount code. I think that's still working.
It is.
Get you some cram.
It actually is working because I utilized it for our well infused office. And I got to tell you, this is a really great idea. You know, we all love cram. The kids love cram. And we were thinking about what do we want to give in our office when people give blood, right? When they come in for their blood
You
panels.
get a little lightheaded.
They get a little lightheaded.
Most of the blood banks give you like a candy bar
or a little orange juice,
just a pure
apple
high
juice.
fructose corn syrup.
Not us. We got cram in our kitchen for everybody that comes in for a blood panel. So we're super excited, and people absolutely love them. So they're great to have in the office.
So listen, your IV place probably is injecting you full of tons of like preservatives and bad things. But listen, no knock on that. So if you're going to an IV place that's not called well infused, at the very least, ask them why they're not handing out cram. That'll help us too. I mean, I love that. A lot of people, you know what, people are like, we hate Shawn.
Oh my god.
Some people say we hate Lacey, but very few of them do that. But listen, the competitors can hate us and then still sell cram. They don't even know that we own cram. And so then they're just like,
everybody's haters.
Helping. Everybody does have haters. Luke has haters.
I think so. Probably.
Probably some jealous foodies out there. I'm
sure. Glad you had to think about that. I'm glad you're like,
All right, what else we got for announcements?
So one of them that I'm super excited about, who I just got done seeing in person not 30 minutes ago, Mr. Michael Chandler.
Oh, good. You got to see him. Awesome. Yeah, we're super excited for the Resiliency Mastermind.
January 12th and 13th, Mr. Michael Chandler.
He
was just in
Carmel,
he was on
Indiana.
TMZ. He was in, I think, the LA Times. He's all over the news because yesterday they announced his new partnership with Hiatus Tequila, and he is in Indianapolis right now as we speak. He is in Indianapolis. Bottle signings, are hosting some investor get-togethers. So how was Michael? How's he doing?
It was super fun. No, there were probably, I don't know what I was expecting, but there was 70 people in this crowded room. He spoke, he gave an intro. So I didn't realize this. He signed on to this brand like last week. And they're like, we already have him up here doing bottles. They're like, he just joined. And like the next day, he's like in Indianapolis at one of their partners. So this is if you're not from Indy, this is like a big restaurant in Indy. And so the owner spoke, Mr. Hughes, who I was fanboying over because they obviously own St. Elmo Steakhouse.
Yes.
And so I was like, dude, if I could get 2 words with that guy, that would be super valuable. So
did you meet him?
I didn't get to meet him. He was super busy just speaking it up with other people. But Mr. Hughes spoke.
Here's great news for you, Luke. So our contact with the Indiana Pacers for our partnership is best friends with the younger Hughes, with Mr. Hughes, not the older, not the originator, but the son who runs the restaurant operations.
Mm-hmm. Probably this dude. So Steve Hughes is the dad, and then this is Craig Hughes. I'm guessing it's the same dude.
So our guy Michael is best friends with Craig.
No, I really wanted to get a word with them, but because I was like, what can I give? It's kind of the same thing. It's like, what do you give the guy who has everything? I'm like, can I offer to buy him lunch? Can I like send him like a little package? I don't know.
Pacers tickets.
Yeah.
Right. Can we take his St. Elmo? No. So no, he spoke first, and then the owner of the actual brand, but like the founder of the tequila spoke, and then Michael Chandler spoke. So it was really cool. It was
super awesome. So the URL after all of that is theresiliencymastermind.com. Theresiliencymastermind.com. Let me tell you about it. I sent it out in an email today. On January 12th, we're going to spend some time together getting to know you. This is a small exclusive group. This is not going to be 350 people in an auditorium. It's going to be a small exclusive group. It's not even going to be 70 people packed in a restaurant. A small exclusive group. Lacey and I and Michael Chandler. We're going to get to know you better on Friday, January 12th. February. And then Saturday, January 13th, all day. We're going to spend the day building up your mindset so that you have a resilient mindset. Look, if 2023 didn't go exactly as planned, 2024 can be your year. Let me, Lacey, and Michael Chandler work with you. And I got to tell you, when you see the pricing on it, it's you're gonna. People have told
It's a
me
ridiculous
you're
deal.
missing a one in the front of it, and I was like, no, that's actually the price. This is our first endeavor with Michael. Michael's the nicest guy on the planet. This may be
And so insightful, and has,
Yes.
I mean, when it comes to resiliency, if he's going to help you break through some of your limiting beliefs and why not, I mean, that's the person to do it, right?
Yes, and so many of you are already signed up. I'm seeing people saying I'm already in. I'm in. Hey, www.theresiliencymastermind.com. That's how you can get in. There's just a few spaces that are left. But I didn't finish. Saturday, we're going to work with you. We're going to rebuild you up in your business, your personal life, and your relationships, make you very resilient and ready for 2024. And then what's so great about it is on Saturday evening, we're all going to dinner to celebrate the new you. What an opportunity. So you just heard from Luke, 70 people went to Harry and Izzy's tonight for an opportunity for a meet and greet with Michael Chandler. Well, you are going to go not with 70 people. We're going to sit down at a table. We're going to break bread together. We're going to make sure that you're locked in. So if you value relationships, as we do, this is a tremendous opportunity as well.
Yep.
What else you got?
What else we got?
Next, last one is SRP in Dallas.
SRP.
Sales Revenue Profit.
Coming up.
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas, March 15th and 16th. Hey, I just locked in one of our keynote speakers.
You did lock it in.
I locked it in.
Oh, we were talking about it. I didn't know it got locked in. That's how new this is.
I sent a DM and bang. They were like, I am in.
Awesome.
I was like, all right,
Wow.
all right.
All right. I'm
Killer keynote
yeah,
speaker.
you like him a lot.
I mean, when it comes to sales, and this is called Sales Revenue Profit, oh my. Get your tickets right now. Get your tickets right now. Go to www.blackdiamondclub.com. This is going to sell out. Clue. We're in Dallas, Texas. We're in Dallas, Texas. And it is somebody that
he might be in Dallas,
dominates
Texas.
Sales in Dallas, Texas.
Yep.
Mark Cuban.
No.
Working on that. That will be a different event.
That's another level.
Yeah, but for all of, I mean, hey, I just want to shout out a second. When it comes to relationships, so, this is perfect transition, because when it comes to relationships and when it comes to mergers and acquisitions, which is our topic tonight, there's nobody better than Mark Murphy, our great friend, Mark Murphy. Man, Mark sent us tickets to U2 at the Sphere. I mean, just blew my mind. He blows us away all the time. Like,
well,
he just does so many cool things.
We always talk about, like, reaping what you sow. The amount that this individual, that Mark sows into other people, is just unreal to me. It's unbelievable. He's just the kindest person, and he will give in any way that he can, if he can,
And we're also going to Kansas versus Indiana Hoosiers on December 16th with Mark. And Mark is very connected, does a lot of work with Indiana University. And so, yeah, no, I mean, I can say, because I don't like to say things that like I know who we have booked for SRP. So I don't leak that. I can say this because it may not happen. But yeah, we are working on an event to benefit Indiana University. So we want to raise a lot of money for their athletic program there. And all of you know, Mark Cuban is a huge advocate and supporter of Indiana University. How cool would that be if we were able to bring you some Mark Cuban and help Indiana University?
Do you know what? We forgot to say we're giving away money tonight.
$300. Holy smoke.
We had a winner last week. So just as a reminder, we're giving away money tonight.
Yes.
All right. Mergers and acquisitions. We have a Prime Family Center saying they just got off the phone with Mark about some mergers. So very interesting, this topic in particular. This was a request for you.
Apparently it was a request from me.
From you.
I don't remember that. I just do too many drugs.
Okay.
Well, all those supplements. I do all these supplements that Lacey gives me.
You are taking a lot of supplements.
And then now I'm like, I'm high on magnesium.
Okay, it's good. That's great.
I don't know what else I take either, but I'm high on that stuff too.
Don't worry about it, okay?
There's a lot of pills in my little morning and afternoon
All he has to do is open his little pill box. It doesn't get any easier.
All right, mergers and acquisitions. Listen, folks, this is a time, because if you've been following along, unfortunately, a lot of the people down the road are probably going to be, getting themselves into sticky situations.
Yeah.
Which by the way, again, we don't want you to ever be in a sticky situation. We've been talking about this ad nauseum, and like we had said, we're leaving the whole, like, if you don't get it, we're done talking about that. But now we're moving to, some people might be getting themselves in sticky situations. If you did not have the year that you wanted and you're not registered for the Resiliency Mastermind, I mean, I don't know. This program today may not be for you. But if you are registered for the Resiliency Mastermind, because you're like, listen, I get it. Things weren't exactly how I wanted, but I'm not in a sticky situation. But I understand that other people, they're going to be like wondering what to do. All of a sudden, an opportunity arises for mergers and acquisitions. And one of the things that we've talked a lot about is, so first and foremost, this is not necessarily scale. So when we talk scale, like you have a successful business model, XYZ, and you want to create another XYZ scale. But what we're talking about tonight is there might be opportunity where you have your successful business model, XYZ, and there's competition down the road. They're not quite the same as you. Maybe they're more expensive. Maybe they're cheaper. Maybe they service the people differently, all of these things. And now there's opportunities because that particular business might not be doing so well.
Right.
You might recognize that the reason why they're not doing very well is simply because they lack the systems and processes in order to be successful.
Well, I wanted to say, I think this is important because when people think mergers and acquisitions, they automatically assume if I'm going to acquire another business or company, that means that I have to put cash infusion into it. And that's not always the case. So I love that you're actually starting with this idea of maybe they just need to change some of their systems, and it's very visible to you because you have great systems in your business. There might be a different way to go in and acquire part of a company without a ton of cash infusion. So don't shut off if you feel like, well, I don't have a lot of money to go up and buy companies.
Well, in all reality, I think after and I want to make sure when super conditioning this, we try and be very protective of Mark. And we want people that are very serious about doing these types of deals, not people that are tire kicking. You can tire kick with your own CPA or your own financial advisor and ask them, tell me about mergers and acquisitions. But, for people that are real serious, you're not actually acquiring a business even. I mean, you are on paper, but in all reality, if you think about it, what you're acquiring is the practitioner. So there's a practitioner down the street who struggles because they don't have systems and processes. They realize this because, look, let's be honest. It's easy to make a ton of money when the economy's great and people are just flinging money all over the place, and it doesn't really matter. And we just lived through that. A lot of people, a lot of you may be super successful, but you don't have tight systems and processes, and you might not even be feeling necessarily that squeezed. But I'm telling you, you're going to see this more and more and more and more and more and more. But that doesn't mean that the person that is, they own this business. It doesn't mean that, one, that they're terrible at the business. Right. It doesn't mean they're a terrible accountant, terrible financial advisor, a terrible dentist. It doesn't mean that. It just means that they were terrible at business because they didn't have systems and processes. So now this presents for you the opportunity, not necessarily to come in and just pay tons of money to acquire the business. Right. But pay some money up front in order to acquire the business and allow the practitioner to stay on an earnout. This is very important because on an earnout, then they have actually, one, they get to stick. That's one of the biggest issues that you have is that you have the service provider. And if you acquire the business and the service provider bounces, then there's nobody to service the clients that even you have. Yes. Right? But if I am able to conserve the provider in the deal, so that's why I say what you're doing is you're purchasing the provider, keeping them in the deal, bringing my business know-how, my systems and processes to level up that business. And maybe even I have relationships. Maybe there's other verticals that I'm in that I can bring to the business to inject cash flow in. Keep the original provider on and allow them to work through an earnout. They actually have the ability to make more money. I would probably put them on maybe a 3, maybe if I could work it out, a 5-year earnout, and they would have the potential to have a really big upside there.
Well, and I was going to say a lot of individuals or business owners, because they're not good at business, that means they're under a lot of stress. They feel a lot of pressure. And when people are in uncharted territory and they don't know what to do and they're feeling all that pressure and stress, they don't perform really well. And so oftentimes when you just take that away from them and put them in this earnout opportunity, the literal performance and ability to make the business grow naturally increases. And we see that a lot with individuals because of the relief that they feel.
I mean, you're just giving them structure. You're giving them
Yes.
structure in which they can work. And then a lot of times that, they love the thing. They love servicing the clients. They might not love the marketing. They might not love the sales, and they might not have structure that allows them to maximize their productivity in the business. So here's how you do this is you have
Susie
to,
is asking what an earnout looks like before you go into what the next
let's
step
say that I
is.
was acquiring Susie. So I would say, Susie, let's say that we have valued Susie's practice at $500,000.
Right.
I would pay Susie $100,000 a year.
Make it easy.
And then she could have an earnout where I'm also at the end of the year going to give her an additional $100,000 every year for 5 years to 500. But then I'm also at the end of the 5th year. So there's no one right way or wrong way I could structure this. But at the end of the 5th year, I might have to level up because we could reevaluate the worth of the practice. So Susie's like, look, what if I make the practice be worth $1 million?
$1 million instead of 500
in 5 years. Well,
yes.
Then at the end of the 5th year, I'd owe her an additional $500,000. Now,
right.
Of course, that wouldn't hurt me at all because on the ride up, she will have, if the practice is worth $1 million, she's generated all this additional revenue for me. And then in essence, what I've done is taken the revenue and passed it on to her. She then has her exit, super happy. I'm left with the practice at that point, but I had time to plan this 5 years down the road. I bring Lacey in, I put her in the practice, I pay her $200,000 a year, but I have $1 million valuation on my balance sheet. And then what you begin to really understand for our super advanced people is then you're like, wow, I just tacked on $1 million onto my net worth. Why wouldn't I do this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times? And then for you really advanced people, once I start doing it multiple times, 3 or 4 times, Susie's practice was worth, say, $500,000 at the moment that I came in and I valued it. But as soon as I acquired it, if I have multiples, so if I have 3 or 4 offices, as soon as I acquired Susie's at $500,000 on my balance sheet, it might have been worth $600,000. Why? Because I had multiples. I'm going to get a bigger multiple in a buyout, and so I right there on paper made an additional $100,000. So this is something that is absolutely incredible for the people who are able to get in the game. It also could potentially, let's be real clear, it could be potentially incredible for some of you who are looking for a match that maybe you need to be bought out. And you're watching tonight and you're like, hey,
that's actually me.
Maybe someone would buy me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look on the chat. There's people buying, there's people selling. Maybe we should just be mergers and acquisition matchmakers.
Yeah. And I want to also encourage you, again, what Shawn is talking about is like a brick and mortar business on a large scale. There's a lot of other companies out there that may be complementary to the thing that you do. I helped a client structure a deal where he actually is going in and he's getting equity for the business for giving business advice, right? And so they call those advisory shares. So a lot of companies, the product is great. Some of the systems are good, but maybe they don't know how to market themselves. If you have that as a skill set and you've done that really well for your business and can translate and transfer that onto somebody else's, sometimes you can actually get on paper part of the company by giving them advice to make the business grow. And again, he had to put in no capital infusion, no money. And this is one of those things that he can utilize in his own business that was complementary. There's a lot of businesses out there that struggle, not because of the product, not because of the service, not because of the skill set, just because they don't have any direction. So there's a lot of ways to structure this as well. But you have to be open to and aware of the companies that need that kind of help. You were talking about that a lot today. I heard it multiple times is, you can't find what you're not looking for. So you need to be paying attention, during this time, what's happening to the businesses around you.
Well, that's the whole thing. Mark has a whole process about how you find this because mining it is just as hard as finding help. And so, you have to be super dedicated to it. It's not like something that I watched this YouTube live one time and now I'm just
going and buying
happen.
Businesses.
You make sure you've got really good sound advice, good coaching, good mentorship, great accountants, great financial planning, great legal on the structure of this. All of this is, super important. I also want to just highlight, we said this, but I want to make sure you understand. Let's say that I run an IV company.
Yep.
My IV company is super high end.
Yep.
super nice. We do regenerative therapy, we do bioidentical hormones, and it's just top notch. Let's say that you run an IV company, it's down the street, it's just kind of generic. It's more, you market to a lot of like the hangover recovery crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I'm suggesting is that you would be the perfect acquisition for me. Now, I'm not going to acquire your company and turn it into mine. I'm going to acquire your company and help that company on the lower level, the hangover crew, be very successful while I continue to cater to the upmarket. And what's interesting is I might get calls from people that are like, hey, man, I wanted to come over and get an IV. It was a rough night last night. And I'll be like, hey, man, this isn't the best fit for you. You should go down the road. There's another company. It's called Lacey's IV. And you could go there, and they're great at that. But what they don't know is that I own them both. Mm-hmm. This is how you really, really get ahead. I cornered the up market. I can corner the down market just as well. And so I'm not suggesting, again, this is not scale. So I'm not saying we're acquiring. See, that's like when we think mergers, like we just bring it together and it becomes a conglomerate, becomes one. Acquisition, I could acquire you and just leave it how it is. And in essence, I'm competing with myself. If I owned all of the competition, so maybe there's a mid-market person, which I don't think would do really well, but if there was a mid-market, maybe I acquire that. Or maybe there was some competition to me in the up market and they did all of the exact same things. I might acquire them and leave them because maybe they had other unique characteristics that catered to their ideal client that didn't cater to mine. They weren't true competition. They had a piece of the market, and all I wanted to do was to acquire that piece of the market
without having to change your own infrastructure and business model, right? And still be able to make residual income off of that other piece of the market.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Are we dreaming? Or does Hazel really have
Hazel
her
in
own?
her office? She's in her office watching the show.
I saw
with
a photo
her own login
and her own computer. I saw Hazel's little hot pink computer. Nikki sent it over. It was a beautiful office setup. She's ready to work for us.
Well,
I mean,
hello,
honestly,
Hazel.
She's gunning her own everything. She's got her own everything. It's
amazing. Since we're on that, let me just announce to everybody, we've been doing some interviews. We're looking for a new person to join us, somebody that already knows a little bit about, but that would be you guys watching Shawn and Lacey live. We have some really, really good candidates. And so not to discourage anybody, but man, it's already tough. We have some really good people that have reached out.
To just looking at everyone.
We're looking for
interested.
An adult Hazel Cottis, somebody that's like really into, understands the Shawn and Lacey ecosystem. I got to be honest with you. I'll be honest with everybody. We're getting just way more leads than we can handle. We get leads all day, every day.
Into both Book Yourself
It's a Book Yourself Solid, Black Diamond Club. Everybody wants to know, how can I get more involved? We just can't keep up. So it's hiring time. Somebody will come in and help us get the people in their right places and the right seats. We're big on selling from a place of integrity. So it's not getting, it's not boiler room, cold calling and, strong arming people into working with us. But we have a lot of people that want to work with us and we just can't keep up. And there's just us where we're doing the work. So we can't be doing the sales because we're talking on the phone all day. So if that's you or that person, have them reach out to Jane at blackdiamondclub.com. Jane at blackdiamondclub.com. If you're like, I know the adult version of Hazel Cottis, well, send them our way, Jane at blackdiamondclub.com.
So I was just thinking, as we were talking about mergers and acquisitions, Stacy Bloomy and I have considered and thrown around a company that eventually we would really like to acquire. And they have a great product. Everything they do is phenomenal, but their systems suck. Their follow-ups suck. Their ability to get things out on time and deliver to us on time is difficult. Their communication and service is difficult, but the product is unbelievable. So I'm re-inspired.
It's like a competitive product?
No, it's a complementary product that we put into the offices. Oh. And so it's already something that we purchase, that we put into our offices. And we know that because we're going to scale, we're going to be purchasing at a higher level. So it's on my radar. But I was just thinking, man, I really should have a list somewhere where I have these companies written out and some of the reasons why I think they could utilize my help. So,
well, that's another one I want to point out.
I was going to say, we always tell you about your list of yet, ideas that you want to implement in your business. It's just not a good fit yet. Maybe the timing's off, the financial ability is off, the human resource is off, but you should also have a businesses I don't own yet. Put them on that list.
You bring up a great point, but what about then other verticals, vendors, and suppliers?
Yes.
So maybe you even work with
it is a vertical
with your own business. You work with other vendors, and you're like, hey man, like
this is a vendor
you're in trouble.
From.
But maybe you're like, hey vendor, you're in trouble.
You will be mine.
Is there any chance that I could maybe come in and step in and buy you because I think I could provide the infrastructure, the systems and processes so that you're not in trouble. And here's the thing is if you go under, it's going to hurt my business.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a great, like, all of you should think about this. Not even just taking a look at your core competency, but there might be other verticals that you might be able to jump into. It'll benefit your business because now you can do business with yourself at a discount.
Yes.
And you will also be able to, that's what we talk about. Now your own competitors might be buying from you for some of the core things that they need. And that's always great. That's always comical. I love when people are like, oh, I hate Shawn and Lacey, but I'm going to buy from this. And then they don't realize that either we coach, advise, or own equity in some of the very things that they're like, screw those guys, but we're buying this instead. And it still is us. That's always great.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you for your service. All right, want to give away some money?
Yeah, let's give away some money. What do you think, Luke?
I say we do it.
All right.
I'm ready if you are.
Canasta is ready to rock. So if you're brand new to Shawn and Lacey Live, here's how it works. Luke has diligently entered in the names of every single Black Diamond Club member and every single Book Yourself Solid Network member, which, by the way, today we had our very first meeting of the Book Yourself Solid Mastermind. Woo, that was amazing. We had a great time. More information on how you can get in on the Book Yourself Solid Mastermind. Same thing. Reach out to Jane at blackdiamondclub.com. She can answer anything that you have, a question about how you can work with Shawn and Lacey at a deeper level, everything from executive partner all the way down to Book Yourself Solid Mastermind and Book Yourself Solid Network. If you're in the network or you're in BDC, your name is in the prestigious digital canasta. You're going to see your name roll by. When the digital canasta stops on your name, you have 30 seconds. So test out your chat. You've got 30 seconds to announce yourself. You are already a winner just by being selected. But in order to claim and take home your prize, you must announce yourself inside that 30 seconds. Did I say 30 minutes?
You said no.
30 seconds is what you get.
Everybody's testing it out. Hey, and by the way, Lukey, that's what Hazel said. It's an iPad.
It's an
Just
iPad,
so you know,
Lukey.
it's an iPad, Lukey. Okay.
All right.
She's winning here. I don't know.
And I did see Jane Gennaro in our chat.
Yep.
Obviously for the purpose of the canasta, none of the staff names are in there. That wouldn't make any sense. Except Jane.
Except Jane.
Yes.
Except Jane, because Jane is Jane pays for IPO. I don't know that people know that.
Yeah,
Jane
that's
has
very
another
true.
business. She's like the jiu-jitsu queen, and she's an IPO member. So she is in the canasta.
And I gotta tell you this, I just to brag on Jane a little bit. Like Jane's business, she runs a martial arts studio. It's called Evolve Training Center in South San Francisco.
Yep.
Battled through COVID. I mean, you're in California, San Francisco, battled through COVID. Seven-figure business and
applies all of the concepts that we teach.
Yeah, that's why Jane's so passionate about this. Like she knows all the things. Yeah, you gotta hit up Jane if you're like, wait a minute, because before, when you're selling in olden days, the person was just selling. Bring the vacuum guy but they didn't have the vacuum or the knife. Jane is selling Bibles. From her experience because of what it's done for her, right? So hit up Jane. She'll tell you what the concepts have done for her business and make sure that you get into the right place.
Yep.
Cool. We ready?
Go.
$300. It's not seven figures like Jane makes. I mean, it's Jane's chump change to Jane, but it's $300 make a nice Christmas present, especially if somehow Hazel won again.
James Taylor already said 300. It's not even worth his time anymore.
If we call James Taylor's
he doesn't
name,
even get it.
Roll it again.
Yeah.
Just roll it again.
He already gave it up. You don't get to win. No.
Here we go.
Ooh.
Where's it? Do you have to press the timer and that's
No,
music?
I know.
Cole Heron. Where's the music? There it is.
The music starts, Lacey, after the name is drawn.
I'm doing a thing.
Oh, I know, but
When it
I just
lands,
wanted to make sure
boom.
he was ready because a lot of people come on here and they're not ready. Cole Heron, are you on?
I think a lot of people come on.
Our team, yeah.
Our
And
team?
then the timer's not going and the music's
man.
not on. Dead silence.
I never miss.
Okay.
James is saying you probably took his name out anyway. He's not even concerned. Oh, that's Chris Brown's C3 guy. Chris?
Oh, Cole. Chris, you got to tell Cole
Come
he
on,
missed
Cole.
out.
Chris, you got to
Come
tell
on.
Cole. Dude,
$300.
you're in
That would have paid for
C3.
like all, yeah,
yeah,
C3.
you're in C3.
For a
You
couple
have a
months.
chance to kill it. You won $300 day, evening, and you blew it.
You blew it.
Man, all right.
Could have won.
Ready for
That's
my
Name number 2 coming out the digital canasta.
Oh,
Katya! Oh man.
Katya, so much. These are gonna pop on because Katya is an amazing, intuitive.
Yeah, she may just pop
Her
on here and say,
intuition
"I
may
knew
bring her
I
on
won."
right now.
Yes. So James
All of
Taylor,
you.
this is a very real name.
You
Not
know
Katya. Yeah, you
Katya.
can.
Hey, this isn't So, hey, listen,
Real
if you
name.
guys have not checked out Katya and her work, make sure that you check her out. What's her website? Somebody
It's
post
ilcate.com. ILCATE.com.
ILCATE.com. Somebody put it in the chat for me.
So Dr. Pascal says he thinks that her program is on right now.
Oh, see, she's pouring into others, and the universe was like, "I'm really
Yeah, I gotta
trying to
tell you.
pour back into you," but it was
Let's
just
do-
the timing was off.
Let's do Katya a favor. I want
Uh-huh.
everybody to go to ilcate.com. I want everybody to check her out. Thank you, Paul. ILCATE.com. Check it out. See if it's for you.
Yeah.
It may be for you. If it speaks to you,
It's
I'm
an
telling you,
amazing curriculum. You can
jump
get
on it.
certified as a life coach.
Jump
It's
on it.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Look at everybody saying Katya is amazing. It's a
Yep.
great program. Everybody loves this program. Let's just make Katya a winner by somebody doing business with Katya tonight, because I got to tell you, it's a really, really good
Yep.
program.
All right.
Last
We got
one.
One more name.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Suspense. Oh, I saw Bradley.
I
I saw Scoville. David Dorfman. All right. David Dorfman.
David. All right. You know what? If nobody wins tonight, I feel like you could win by acquiring a business, a vertical, helping somebody else out, and getting more residual income for yourself.
We win every day. We win by signing up for the Chandler Mastermind. You could triple win by signing up for SRP, because you're like, man, when you find out who is speaking, you're going to be like, well,
Gotta
I won.
be there.
I can't
already
believe
won.
it.
It's already done.
David Dorfman.
You know what that means, though?
$400 for names next week. We're going to $400 and we're going to draw 4 names. That means that we'll have more than 16 people on. But I want to personally thank all 16 of you. You all have a shot at $300.
We appreciate you
We
all.
appreciate you. You are the best. And for everyone else, next week, there's going to be exactly 28 people trying to win our $400. We will be live from Naples, Florida.
We will.
We will be live
We will be
from
home.
Naples, Florida.
So excited. Yes. All right. Well, good.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to tell everybody. And
What?
I will be, 1 week from today, announcing my placing in the Tallis Park Men's Club Championship,
Yay.
which will
Oh,
be
there
held
you go.
on Tuesday and Wednesday. I
So
believe, of
everybody,
next week.
wait in suspense.
Yeah, wait and see. How am I going to play? Been playing well. Been hitting
Yeah.
the ball, striking the ball well.
I've been playing well.
You've been playing really well as well. This weekend, Ricky Fowler is going to be at Tiburon in Naples. I'll be missing that. Otherwise, I'd be out there walking with Ricky. Yes. And tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern, folks, the Indiana Pacers take on the Milwaukee Bucks in the semifinals of the NBA midseason tournament. Soon to come. I mean, so I liked when Luke was like, so Michael Chandler just like signed up with hiatus and then boom, and then he came. That's not exactly
Yeah, no, it's not.
It is though.
Well, no, because he was signed up when we were with him in New York. He was doing hiatus tour.
I mean, we drank so much. Yeah, we did. He did
drank
hiatus
tequila,
in New York.
yeah.
We drank hiatus, but
we
what
get
it
it.
is,
We understand the
what
sentiment. Yeah.
he signed. Nobody signed.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
deal
Okay.
was
But he was
inked.
already
The
like
deal was inked.
promoting. Yeah.
So same thing. Our partnership with Gamebridge Fieldhouse and the Indiana Pacers, LOA, all terms are agreed. We're just waiting to put the signature on the paper. Wait until you see some of the great partnership stuff that we're going to be coming out with the Pacers. I know Lukey and the team are pumped up about the stuff that we're going to be able to do. Let's just go ahead and tell everybody, Lukey, that in the summer of 2024, it's called Abundance and Overflow. The event is called Abundance and Overflow, and it will be held at Gamebridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana. Black Diamond
Be a great
Club,
event.
David
Tons of fun.
Meltzer, and the Indiana Pacers. Let's go. Get yourselves to Dallas, SRP. Big stuff coming in 2024. Lacey's going to be filming Office Hours tomorrow.
I am.
I'll be filming on Friday. Go Pacers midseason tournament. Get yourself registered. Experiential Mastermind, SRP. Have a fantastic night. Tell your friends about Shawn and Lacey Live.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Abundance and Overflow date. People are asking, Luke, what's the date?
Only Lukey knows.
got-
July. Not only I know. July 19th and 20th.
July 19th and 20th. Put it on your calendars.
July 19th and 20th, Gamebridge Field House, the home of a BDC event, and many more to come.
Yep.
Is that it?
That's it.
Is that it, Luke? Anything else?
I'll end with this. Okay, this is what I do. I say, can I get a go sirs? And then you say, go sirs, baby. You got it?
Why baby? Why do we have to add the baby?
Because that's just part of it. So I say,
can
I get a go sirs?
I don't like that. I don't like that you guys say sirs.
Go sirs. Go sirs, baby.
Can it be like the peas?
The peas. No.
Nah, the sirs.
Sirs.
So in July, we're going to be the BD sirs.
Oh, the BD sirs. I like that.
Cute.
All right.
All right. We'll take
July
it.
19th and 20th. Save the date. Gamebridge Fieldhouse. Abundance and Overflow. It's going to be, you've never seen anything like it. We've never done anything like it. That's why I know you've never seen anything like it. I wonder how many of these gurus are hosting their events in like in an arena where an NBA team plays. We're going next level, folks.
All right, everybody.
Do it, Luke.
All right.
We'll do it.
Cool. Can I get a go sirs?
Go sirs, baby.
All right. Bye, everybody.